Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Straight Out the Bag. It's Frenchie with Unique Kicks here, and I have a special guest. It's going to be a great one. This is Sly. He's a entrepreneur, a poet, a podcast host. I'm going to let him plug his podcast in a little bit. I've known this guy for a while now. All right, so please, welcome.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, bro. I really appreciate it. Like you said, I am a host. I got a podcast called Mix Match. Shout out to my business partner, Real Spill. I've known Frenchie here for some years, as he mentioned. One of my mentors, I look up to this guy, learned a lot from him. And I got to fight for him, but I sometimes get some pretty good bargains on shoes as well. So I'm very, very glad to be in the mix, man.
You're somebody, he uses the homeboy discount face, you know? But it's okay. All right, how long have you been reviewing shoes or got into shooting?
Man, this is actually my first shoe review type deal. So this is inaugural. So you got to make sure I'm doing it right. But I've been wearing shoes all my life, man.
I know. Okay.
But I really got into Jordans in particular. So I've been into them, the culture and things like that growing up. I had a cousin who had an immense collection of Jordans, and that was always impressive to me. But my very first pair that I can remember, a friend bought me some Jordan 1s. And I was like, all right, I'm officially in the game now. I got some 1s. Then I pulled up a big chart, determined which number that I actually like. I really, really like the 4s, which is funny because I don't have a pair of those yet. But I love the 4s. 13s are incredible. I like the 13s. And then I had a friend who also had a connection at Nike. So that helped me to accelerate my purchasing of them. I've loved them for a long time. I've only been able to afford them for about an hour and a half now. So that was really nice to get into the game. And then again, with folks like yourself to help expose me to some of the different colorways and some of the different, stitching designs and stuff like that. That's just been mind-blowing. So I'm excited. I'm along for the ride, bro.
All right, great. So what shoe did you bring for us today?
Oh, man. Today I've actually got my green Jordan MVPs. These are a great mix of the 6s, 7s, and 8s. They take the silhouette of several of his championship-winning runs and then put them together. And as I was kind of just talking a little bit about being able to afford them, I like them just from the sense of, first of all, they're fly. They have elements of different, like I said, shoes that appeal to different sneakerheads. But it's really like getting 3 shoes in one, and I do appreciate that. And the fit, I've got a little bit larger foot, and the wide toe box is just, they're so comfortable, man. They're so comfortable.
7s and 6s are like that. They have a good fit.
Yeah. So I like them a lot, man. And they got this little orange, just a touch. But I actually used to work for the airline, so I got a really big, puffy, like a construction worker coat. And when I wear it out, people think it's like a fashion thing. They're like, bro, that coat is so cool, bro. So it helps make, basic outfits kind of pop. And then it can also take, it can take it to the next level. I've worn it with some really nice clothes. Got a Seminole Goddard belt on, a little crocodile belt you can't see. But it comes together very nicely. And the green allows you to play with different tones. So
I really, you know what, with this one, I really like the little hits, the orange hits, as you said. It really stands out, especially the 23 on this side here, on the interior. And of course, the Nike Air. We all go crazy for the Nike Air in the back. But what's pretty cool about this, it has the neoprene from the 7s, the neoprene.
Bro, they're so cool. It's like a little glove on the
little
inside.
Glove, and it keeps it together. But the one thing about this is, for you to play in this,
play basketball?
Suede, the suede on this would be, the suede would be going through on this,
Yeah, maybe if they were all black or something like that, I wouldn't get that material to play in. These are certainly some, hey, look, I work hard, I bought me some Jordan type of shoes. I would not be buying them for my nephew or nothing like that. You might get some 11s.
Okay. All right, guys, tell us what you think. What you think about this shoe? What you think about the colorway of this shoe? And the 3-peats, what he was telling us about, the information about the shoe. All right. Now, let's move on to talk about news. On his podcast, he's spoken about a few things. Finance, and different things in the culture that will help us. So when it comes to finance, I've always had a question. So I'm going to ask him now. All right. when do you think it's early enough for parents to discuss finance with their kids?
Early enough. Great question, man. I mean, as soon as they can talk, as soon as they can understand what you're saying to them. Also, I think it's important to embody it. I think there's a lot of trying to teach children things where kids pick up much more on what they see done. So if, I remember weekly financial discussions with the family, that'll be something that feels normal to me. If I remember, walking by my study and seeing my dad, looking over his checkbooks and asking him what he's doing, and he said balancing the checkbook, that'll become a normal thought to me. And then a little bit off camera, we were talking about how finances, I think, is a end result, but it is a collection of habits. It's a collection of routines and disciplines. I don't think that there's some people understand money and some people don't. I think it's no different than brushing your teeth. If you learn how to do it and you're told, hey, you brush your teeth in the morning, you brush your teeth before you go to bed, it becomes something that you pick up. Same as, hey, budgeting. And we were talking about culturally, I think that we have some notions, right, about like the term allowance, right? I remember growing up and it was, I pay for the roof, I pay for the lights, that's all the allowance that you should need, right? Mm-hmm. So I get that to a degree, but I do think that there's opportunity to kind of learn from your youth. Hey, we can go to the store and you get $2. You can get anything in here that you want, but you have up to $2, and that teaches you that everything you're asking for comes, there's a loss on some other side, right? And it also teaches delayed gratification, which has far larger implications than just money. Teaching children and teaching adults about delayed gratification, I think, is one of the most rewarding things you can do for the parent and for the child and for your pocketbook. There's no time that I think is too soon, because being poor is actually more expensive. It's a funny paradox, but poverty is actually more expensive than disciplined financial practices. So I don't think there's ever too early. What do you think, though?
But for me, I think it's learned behaviors, as you were talking about. Our kids need to learn that if I get $5, I need to be able to spend what I need and also hold on to it, because later I might need something else.
Yes.
Right? So I think the conversation starts with the parents and moves on to the kids. And it has to be, as you said, if it's done in the household,
they got to see it later. They got to see it for sure. You can't, as an adult, throw money left and right and then expect to raise responsible adults just by de facto. Where would they get it? They have to see it in action, and they have to see it working for you. They have to see it not be something that bothers you, or if every single time you check the mail, they see you, shove it in a drawer and go, oh my God. Mm-hmm. That creates even an unspoken notion of like, oh, well, is everything that has to do with money is like negative or bad, or we shouldn't talk about it. And I think that can create a very serious level of ignorance. I think we get to being adults and we're like, oh, nobody actually told me what APY means. I didn't know that if I pay my credit card bill twice a month, my interest is reduced by 25%. Let's just say it's the same bill, it's $100. I'm gonna pay that $100 a month. But if I had paid $50 twice, over the life of that card, my interest rate is gonna go far
down. I've had somebody
down.
Tell me about that too.
I
was ignorant about that.
So and that's helpful little stuff. Like, man, if I knew, it's not that I'm against that. I didn't know. And if I knew, then I'd also be in some different positions. Like I'm saying, it can be costly to be ignorant about this stuff.
Okay. All right, guys. I think that was a very important topic, and I think you should really harp in on that. Give us some comments. Don't forget, to subscribe and listen. We'll have some more topics like that. Now back to the shoes. All right. And when I'm talking about shoes, I have to get to that bag. Oh, there's a bag. It's a Jordan bag. It's a little different. Yeah, it's a little different. Okay, today I have a shoe that is you see I'm wearing denim, right? I was looking for a denim shoe, and I found these. This is the Nike SB Dunk Low Shashiko denim. If you look at it, it has really intricate stitching around it. Shashiko actually means little stabs, right? It's Japanese, and they wanted to encompass the different techniques of Japanese embroidery. All right. The colorway is actually Mystic Navy, navy gum, and light brown sail. Okay. It released in 2020 at a price point of $110. Now this particular shoe is actually $715. Can you believe it?
Now what happens? What makes a shoe go from 100?
Well,
to
it's the need for it. You know, it doesn't have enough around.
Oh, it's just a limited run.
It's a limited run. You know,
Nice.
and it's made in a certain way where the resellers like myself actually sustain the need for the shoe.
Got it.
So the price goes up by market. The sneaker game is very fickle though. So next month this shoe could be $10.
I'm gonna call him next month.
Right. Well, it's not going to happen. Right now, now if you look at this, you can see the different embroidery on this shoe all the way around. You see how it looks like it's falling apart there? It's not. That's how it came. Like the denim is pulling off, like jeans. Yeah. The swoosh is actually the embroidered in there, especially embroidered, and it has those it looks like little sundials all around it. Right? In the front, you can see in the toe box, it has the little stabs. Again, that's what Shashiko means, little stabs. So it looks like it was stabbed with some embroidery needles. All right? So, and if you look at the bottom, as I said, gum is always good. Because I remember the Reebok Classics.
Yeah.
People love those. Gum.
Oh, yeah.
Anything with gum, it screams nostalgia for me. All right? This shoe is actually the lacing really thick, really comfortable shoe, right? And at the price point, you could trade and try to find it, you know. But 7 on StockX, $715.
Now the SB is Skater Boy, right? Or something?
Skater, yeah, it's Skater for skating. If you look at that, so you guys tell me what you think. Do you think this is worth it? Oh, another thing. You see the comparison, the light denim in the front and the darker denim. And I think that hit is amazing. It really draws a contrast in this shoe. All right. So let me know what you think. For me, as I don't really review SBs or Dunks. I'm not a Dunk fan. However, sometimes you find some quality exceptions, and this is one. So if I'm gonna rank this on Dunks that I have had or I have seen, all right, I will put this close to the top, but right about 3. I'll give it a 3 out of 10, you know, because of the denim, it's always needed, and because of the story, the embroidery behind it, all right? What do you rank your shoe?
10. What's the scale?
1 to 10.
10. 10 is the best or 1 is the best?
10 is the best.
10. Yeah, I mean, they're 10. Thank you for asking.
Okay, there you go. All right, guys.
They're so comfortable.
I know.
They're so comfortable.
I know. But you give it a 10 off the top. You didn't even think about it.
Comfort, like for real. Because I got a few pairs of Jordans, man, and they're not always comfortable, man. Some of them are just like they're more fly on the outside than they are fun for the wearer. And the MVPs, and I think the ones that they're based on, like I said, the 6s, 7s, and 8s, they each have that more comfortable feeling. I've got a pair of the Bel Airs as well. I think those
the
are
5s
though. Those are 5s, and they like want to be comfy. They were like starting to get in that comfy space, but the toe box is still a little narrow for me. So they're just so nice because they're actually like, I get the functionality of a shoe, a comfortable shoe that I don't mind wearing, and I get the fly points of a Jordan. So that works a lot for me. And they're not $700 just yet. I don't know. They might be.
It might be.
They might be. Now that I know about this resale game, they're $800. So y'all DM me.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, get to that bag.
Hey, I love it. Y'all be safe out there. Appreciate it.